This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Good evening. We do apologize. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. Former APA head Dr. Vincent Adams revealed that he was the person leading the charge against ExxonMobil should have in place the relevant technology to re-inject any and all toxic water extracted during the oil production process. Once he was out of the way, ExxonMobil, it appeared, got its way since it was not required to put any technology for re-injection in place for the Kaieteur project. In fact, the company's environmental permit states that it can go ahead with dumping toxic water into the ocean, so long as it is treated to international standards. He went on to say that the temperatures close to the Liza Destiny increases to approximately 38 degrees centigrade. He was keen to note that this can in fact impact the environment. Let's tell you now that being the opposition's shadow minister with responsibility for the oil and gas sector in the National Assembly, one would expect David Patterson to be au fait with the details of the opposition leader Joseph Harmon's promised oil and gas press conference. However, it appears as if Patterson was left in the dark, as he seemed unsure on whether Harmon would be upholding his commitment at all. It has been more than a month since the promise was made by Harmon, and to date there has been no word on when that press conference would be held. Let's tell you now that though being the most au fait with the oil and gas sector during their tenure in government, former ministers David Patterson and Raphael Trotman were not included on the Parliamentary Natural Resources Subcommittee. However, even in this absence, both men have given assurances that they will be ready and able to give support and guidance to the members of the said committee. In his explanation, Trotman, who held position as Natural Resources Minister, articulated that the party took the decision to allow fresher faces to hold the fort while he and Patterson assumed behind-the-scene roles. Still on, former Minister of Natural Resources Mr. Trotman yesterday said that the former David Granger government relied on the due diligence of Guyana's development partner, the World Bank, when it made 3 controversial hires of entities linked to ExxonMobil to consult on oil and gas matters which concern the supermajor. Several entities are linked to ExxonMobil but were asked by the coalition government to review or produce content to regulate the major's work. Situations such as this tend to constitute a conflict of interest. Let's tell you now that a Nigerian man is charged for running a criminal scheme in which he allegedly swindled money from the pockets of several Guyanese and for entering Guyana illegally. The accused, Uche Raymond Okoye, was charged by SOCU. He was slapped with 2 counts of obtaining money by false pretense, demanding money by menace, and having entered Guyana by crossing the land frontier with Brazil and not presenting himself to the nearest immigration officer. He denied that he obtained money by false pretense and that he entered Guyana illegally from Brazil through Latam. According to the police, Okoye is alleged to be part of a criminal organization which seeks to fraudulently receive cash deposits from Guyanese victims. Let's tell you now that SOCU earlier this month secured an order from the High Court to confiscate over $9 million in total from drug convict on the grounds that the currency is the profits of crime. According to the police, last November 13th, SOCU secured the confiscation order from Justice Navindra Singh for the forfeiture of specified property, $9,713,400 seized and detained from Kevin Gordon. In other news, an elated James Bond was yesterday released on $200,000 bail after being held by police as investigations continue into the Peters Hall land giveaway scandal. However, he was later reportedly asked to return to CID headquarters at Divlery on Monday. Bond, also an attorney, is at the center of controversy regarding his involvement in a multi-million-dollar land giveaway scandal involving prime state property at Peters Hall, East Bank, Demerara. He is accused of being the mastermind behind land deals which saw 30 acres of state land being transferred to Chinese national Jian Fenyu. Not only that, Bond was also said to have pocketed more than $120 million from both deals. And now let's tell you the AFC held a press conference yesterday during which it accused the government of taking a series of racist actions, discriminating against Afro-Guyanese and pandering to its Indo-Guyanese support base. Yet when asked whether the party has made a representation to the ERC, former Telecommunications Minister Cathy Hughes cast aspersions on the ability of the Commission to produce results and only offered that the AFC will be participating in the ERC's announced virtual national conversation on improving ethnic relations. And that brings us to the end of this evening's newscast. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Do have an enjoyable and safe Saturday night.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different media